Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Sunita. I'm having 11 years of experience as a corporate trainer. I supported various corporate clients like Wipro Technologies, Cognizant Technology Solution, Genser, and IQVIA, and so many vendors. So as of now, I'm working as a freelancer from past 1 year, and here I'm going to demonstrate about the topic single dimensional array and array list and what is the difference between both of them in core Java. So let me create a very new project over here. Let it be a Java project. I'm not using Maven as of now. Let's say it's collections. And yeah, my project is ready. And let's create a package inside it. So I'm creating a class called ArrayList. So about ArrayList. ArrayList is a class which is available under util package of Java. So and it is under list interface. We have many interfaces in util package. Those are list, set, and map interfaces. So under list interfaces, we are having so many classes. One of the classes ArrayList. Other one is linked list. Then vector is also there. So the objective of ArrayList is it's expandable. Memory allocation will be spontaneous over here. We should not worry about the memory consumption whenever we are adding the new elements to the array list variable. And let us discuss about the difference between array list and the single dimensional array. Single dimensional array is a kind of static variable which can hold multiple data definitely of any type. If we want to store integers or set of integers, it will hold set of integers. If we want to hold set of characters in the single dimensional array, it will hold set of characters. Even strings also it will hold. But the thing is that it is static. Why it is static? Because always we should be think about the size, right? So if I will create an array, I should give a size for that particular array, whether it is whether I want to store 5 elements or 10 elements or 100 elements or whatever it may be, but I need to specify the size. Once I will go beyond the size and give a new element to it, it will throw the exception definitely. That exception will be known as array index out of bound exception. So why exactly array index out of bound exception will come into the picture? Because array will not expand the memory dynamically. That is what the limitation of array. That is the reason we have so many collection frameworks in Java. So one of the collection interface we are having is list interface, and under list interface we are having one class which is known as array list. So we can see how can we create the array list instance. If anybody is having any question, you can stop myself in between. Sorry. Okay, I should not give the class name as array list. It is treating as the class name as of now. So what I will do is let me create a new class. I'm not using that class. By mistake, I created the class name as RLS. So I'm creating a new class. Let it be a when class. Yes. So that class was there. That is why it was not like you can able to see it was not asking, it was not throwing the error message. It was not even throwing any exception when I created the object for array list because I gave one earlier class name as array list. Now I deleted it, right? So it was taking that class name object over here. That is why we could not able to see the error. So now we can able to see one error alert over here. So how can we control it? As I already told, array list belongs to util package. Simply what we need to do is we need to keep the cursor over here and it will ask us to import the specific package. So the package which we need to import is here, see java.util array list is the class. So simply we should click on that. So automatically what will happen? This is what the package which it will get inserted over here. So this is util package, it got inserted, right? So this is the package got inserted. Now what we need to do is we need to do some operations related to array list. Before doing some operations, first our array list instance is AL, which is now completely empty, right? So what we need to do, we need to store the elements to array list. So to store the elements to array list, even we need to use the array list methods. First, we need to know how can we see the array list methods. Very simple. We need to use the object that is AL dot. The moment we will give a dot in front of the object, we can able to see all the methods available over here. Now you can able to see all the methods available over here. And these methods are not only for array list. That is one clarification we need to understand. All these methods are not only for array list. These methods includes object class methods. These methods includes threads methods as well as array list methods. Fine. So we need to know what is the method we need to use to add the object to the array list. And even one more point we need to know, how can we provide the specific element to the array list? Suppose I want to create a list which will only store integer. So what we need to do? We need to just typecast over here integer and 1 second. Yeah. So now again here also we can put like this. So what will happen? It will not allow us to provide any other data item. So 1 second. It will not allow us to provide any other data item. Let me just repeat. Yeah. So now my array list is of integer type. Now I want to add the elements. Those elements must be integer type by using, now if you will see the method over here, you can able to see add integer e. What does it mean? We just made the data type as static over here. Only integer can be added to the array list. If we will not specify integer, if we will create array list object equal to new array list, what will happen? It can store integer, it can store double, it can store character, it can store string. Fine. So it will be act like a structure in C programming. We do not want the list to happen like that. So we are going to specify the data type what we need to store in the particular list. So now we can use the method called add. Yes, so now by using add method, we can add the values to the array list. Now, suppose I want to add few random values, like say 34. 34 has been added to the list. Now, again, I need to add one more value, 56. I'm giving random value. We will different operations. We will do different operations by using these values. So now 78. Now let me give some smaller number also. Let's say 10. Let's say 80. Oh, okay. Thanks. So now 55. I'm just giving some random values to array list. Fine. So my list is having how many elements now? 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, and 7 elements. Right. Now let us do. Let us print the array list. Now all the elements are inside a list. How can we print? We can directly print like this, or else we can print the array list in two different ways. Right. We have one interface called iterator interface. We can create the instance by using that interface for the array list class, and we can iterate and traverse the elements one by one. That is one way. Other one way is, as it is a list, we can directly print the list without traversal. So how can we directly print the list without traversal? Because it is the easiest way to do. Let me just so display the values of what is my object of array list is AL. Now simply we should use the instance to print the array list. So let us see how exactly it is printing. Yes. So why exactly square bracket is coming into the picture over here? Internally it will treat everything as a string. That is the reason it will put, you can able to see two square brackets. So whenever we are going to print the array list simply by using the direct instance, this problem will happen. So the best practice to print the array list is to traverse the array list. Traverse the array list by using loop, by using iterator interface. So how can we do that? Fine. We have one interface called iterator. So iterator, I am trying to use it1, that is instance equal to a. I need to use, I cannot say like it is an iterator is not a simple class. If it is a simple class, then I could have tell iterator instance equal to new iterator, but here it is not a simple class. So what is exactly iterator over here? It is interface. So for interface, we cannot say interface name instance equal to new interface. We cannot do like that. So how can we, again we need a member to access the interface methods. So how can we do that? We can take the help of the class. So now the class itself is array list. The instance of the class, we can take the help of the instance of the class and we can say dot. Fine. No new method is required over here. Just we need to give al dot. Then here iterator is a method. We can able to see this iterator method. Fine. Simply we need to call the iterator method. Fine. Now here one error alert will come. What we need to do is we need to import iterator. So did I do anything wrong? Iterator. Fine. So 1 second. Okay. So I need to import the specific package. So let me just, it's showing me HTML document package, but it doesn't look good. 1 second. Iterator, see here, two import statements we can able to see. One, it is showing from HTML document object model. We should not entertain this. That is why I got stuck in that point for few seconds. So other one is iterator java.util. This iterator interface belongs, it doesn't belongs to HTML DOM. It belongs to Java util. That is why I should choose it minutely. So I choose Java util iterator. So if I'll go up, what will happen? Here, see, Java util iterator has been imported for iterator. Fine. So the instance has been successfully created. So what we should do by using this instance? it1 dot. So many methods are there for iterator. So what are all the methods? We can able to see few methods. I'm not talking about all the methods again. Whatever we will use, I'm talking about those. One is has next, another one is next. So what is the job of has next and what is the job of next? Let us understand what is this iterator is going to hold. It is going to hold all the elements of RL list. What we need to traverse by using the variable called iterator. Now, if I need to traverse the list by using iterator, using while loop, I need a comparison method or conditional method. I need to print. I need a method to print. So what exactly we need to do is, again, let us see all the methods. It1 dot, we can take the help of has next method to check the element is present in the list or not, whether the list is having the element or not. If it will take the first element, second element, again it will check whether the next element is there or not. That is the job of has next. And one more method is next method. So we can print that method. So how can we use it in loop? We can use the simple while loop, and here let's say it1 dot has next. Then I want to print the element, so one sec, y control space is not working. Let me write it, otherwise let me copy it from here. Yeah, so now what we need to print? We need to print the next element. So what will be the method? It1 dot next. Fine. So let me just execute the code to check whether the code is working with iterator. Yes. So that means, so what is the difference? The difference is very clear. One is traversing the elements one by one. Other one is just simply putting the array list. We cannot make any specific operations over here. So it is always a best practice to traverse the list or any collections we are using for data structure. Now what we need to do is, let us see if the elements are sequential or not. If it is in sequential or it is in unordered, how can we make the sorting in array list? This is very easy to perform all the sorting operations in array list. We have one framework called collections. Collections dot. Fine. So once we will give collections dot, here we can able to see so many methods are there in collections interface. Again, we should not worry about it. First we need to sort the list. So here if we can able to search the method called sort list, just see, and here what we need to do is we can directly give the list name. Two parameters we should not choose. I want to sort IT1, sorry, I want to sort AL1. AL1 is the object for my RL list, or AL is the object for my RL list. That is why I want to sort AL, right? So now let me just use sort the list. Previously, what we did for the structural programming language, we didn't use such collections and all, right? So for sorting, we used to write the traditional code without using any APIs. So that is the reason our code optimized, our code was not optimized. Now we have so many powerful interfaces and APIs available in Java. By using those, we can beautifully perform all these kind of tasks, that too instead of writing 10 lines of code, we can achieve it by doing a single line of code by knowing the interface and the respective method available in it. So now if I want to execute or print the array list, let's say it is after sort, and let's say this is AL and print it. Yeah, so the array list has been sorted over here. So it's very easy to search, perform sort, search, get the max min element also. No need to create the third variable, temporary variable, swap and all. Nothing is required over here. So how can we do it? We can use one method called collections dot max. So even, so what is the list? I want to extract the max AL. So 1 second. Fine. Now let me, it's a single integer. So max number equal to, now I can print. It is like one line code will do one operation instead of writing many lines of code. That is the reason that is the reason by using different APIs we can achieve the code optimization. So max NO. Yes, so now let me say this is maximum number in the list. In AL. Yes, so let me just execute it. Yes, so it is fetching the maximum element. Even if you have 500 elements, fine, it should not worry about the length. It will, you can able to track the maximum, minimum. Then you can able to sort, you can able to search by use so many operations we can able to do by using collections interface, and it is a very powerful interface which is also applicable in single dimensional array. Like earlier, instead we were using for loop, if condition, and temporary variables. All those things are not required now. So this is what the difference between single and one more thing I need to address over here, like the memory expansion, right? Dynamically array list will allocate memory. If you will go and check the code, I have not I have not mentioned the size of the array list, whether I need to store 5 elements or 10 elements or 100 elements. I have not mentioned the static size over here. Now, without mentioning the size, I can able to add the elements. Now, I should not worry about adding more elements to the list also. So let me just say I want to add one more new element. The program will work fine for me. Now the program will work fine for me dynamically dynamically the array list memory expansions will happen over here. This is what the core difference between the collections infrastructure and our single dimensional or double dimensional array. And array's limitation is the memory management. Array will not support dynamic memory management, whereas if we will use collections, dynamically everything will be getting controlled. So this is what all about array list, and even we can see few more methods, because see here, how can we see all other methods in array list? AL is the object of array list, and dot, that is how we saw, right? So now we can able to use contains method to check whether the element is present in the array list or not. We can able to use equals method to compare two different array lists, the elements are same or not. We can use hash code method. Hash code method will give a unique number of the particular variable, fine. And we can use isEmpty method to check whether the list is empty or it is having members or not, fine. Last index of, to check the last index of, so many methods are there. Whatever you want to do, you can do by using all these powerful methods available in array list class under list interface. And one more thing is, if I want to get the number of elements in array list, what is the size? Very simple method, that is size. In array it is length, in array list it is size. So if I'll execute, I can get the total number of elements present in the array list. So this is what the difference between array infrastructure and the collections infrastructure, and this is what all about array list. Thank you so much.